Am I live? All right, there we go. There we go. I don't understand how Bluetooth works. I mean, my headset's not connected to the computer. So how does it work? How does it work? I can't see it. You know, I don't know how Bluetooth works. I just know it works. All right. Um. So I told myself, don't laugh. Don't laugh because they get mad. Dudes are like, well, don't have an open mind, don't mock. Don't mock. So I was watching this video, and I swear to God, the dude's like, according to ancient Greek mythology, they believed we lived in a dome. You use mythology. And according to Native American mythology, uh, according to people in the past, they thought the world was flat. So why are we dismissing that? Yeah. They also thought Thor was responsible for thunder and lightning. They, they thought, they, sailors used to believe that if you sail too far at sea, you're going to fall off the edge of the world, and there was monsters there. All right. Um, yeah, I don't. I can't. I just can't. I saw another video where why do they use they, they use the globe? They use the you know those globes. You know what I'm talking about, right? The ones they have in classrooms and stuff. This is a grown ass man, okay? Like, dude looked like he was in his 60s. Said, I'm a smart person and I've been successful in life, okay? And he mentioned about how, what did he call it? The scientific priest are keeping the truth from God and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, grown ass man, right, has one of those globes and like a toy airplane. And he's like, and he thinks he's got it down to it. That's the best part. The part is he thinks he's got it. Like that's the best part about this flat earthers. They think they got this. They think they got it. Like I mean, they're like, huh? How about that, huh? But so he's like, when he's talking about how if the world is tilted, or not tilted, it tilts because it's round. And he's like, yeah, it makes total sense if you fly from to west or west to east. Like to him, it made total sense. He did not question that whatsoever. All right. But he's like, well, what if you go for the top of the globe? Like, what if you fly up and down from the North Pole to the Arctic? What if you fly that way? Right. And I'm just watching this video, and he starts to plane on the top of the globe, like he's like showing it people with a toy plane. He's like, you see, it's facing up. But if you guys, you can't. He said this. He said, you're gonna be blown away by this, and you're not gonna be able to deny it. Like he goes, he has the plane, and he starts to show everybody He's like, look, see, it's tilted down, it's flying, it's facing down, and when it reaches the Arctic, the plane is upside down. That's not possible. And he's like, you can't deny this proof. Like, no. Oh, God. Oh. You explain gravity to people, they're like, no. Gravity's not real. But in the Bible, it says it's flat, damn it. It's flat. The Bible says it's flat. So it's gotta be flat. So then I like how they just have this random vague term for all this, and they're like, don't want you to know. They've been lying for centuries. You know what I wonder? Why? Why do these elites want to keep the truth from us? Like, what if it was flat? So what? So let's read it out. I was just like, why? It's the most pointless. It would be the most pointless. So anyway, uh, I can't get over that dude with the toy plane, man. I can't get over that. I almost want him to be correct, you know, because I know, yeah, bro, you got it. Like that's a, that's what a 5-year-old would ask. So anyway, one of them said in the video, some dude, he's like, why do you think that when it's in our, we're born knowing that the world is flat. Why do you think you have to be taught that it's round? I can't. Oh, my ribs hurt. I feel like, God damn, I feel like they've been punching the shit out of my ribs. Uh, I can't. I just can't. This is according to Greek mythology. So anyway, it's too like I hope people wake up. Man, I hope you guys get another hobby, man. Like damn. So um so anyway, um what else did I see? So apparently the Milky Way, right? It's not a bunch of stars or anything like that, okay? When you look up at the sky, it's a crack. It's a crack on the top of the dome. That's right. That's what it is. Um, man. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. A dude goes, he's like, they don't want us to see the top of the dome. That's why the higher you go, the harder it is to breathe. What? Did you figure all that by yourself? Hold on. Satellites can be real because dude pulled out. Okay, I mean they're talking about how science is a fraud, right? Don't believe the science. Believe the Bible. Dude pulls out the periodic table to prove why there can't be satellites in space. By the way, total misinformation, but nonetheless, I just found that ironic. Um, I'm gonna check out the chat in case there's any flat earthers there in a little bit, but I want to first talk about some of the stuff, man. Yesterday, I was not expecting that. There was a shitload of them in the chat. What else did I hear? Well, back to the satellite thing, right? A dude's like, why is it that there's only in certain locations proof that we get the cell phone, our cell phones, right? That we get signal from underground cables, and the proof of that is we get cell phone reception from towers, not from satellites. Now, that's half true, right? But at least you're half right. You know, I mean, that's better than being totally wrong. But we totally do use satellites, and this idea that they can't be up there. First of all, you don't believe in the periodic table. You don't believe in outer space. So first of all, why are you using the periodic table and making dumb arguments like, oh, only 4 elements in the periodic table could live out in space, which is not true. And these satellites will just burn out there. You know, it's just if they were out in space. Well, you don't even believe in outer space. You think there's a dome, and you think the Milky Way is like a fucking crack in the ceiling of the dome, right? But anyway, um, apparently that's a crack where the flood happened, right? Not only do they believe that there's no outer space, they'll rather believe that there's a dome, and apparently water can go through that dome, right? And the proof is in the Bible it tells you about Noah's Ark, right? And that's proof because there's been floods all around the world at one point, and that's total proof that water comes from this crack. I mean this is topping them all, right? This is topping them all. And the fact that people take that and they're like, yeah, it's true. That's absolutely true. So, yeah. We can't believe gravity, but we will totally believe what's in the Bible. Just brilliant, okay? What else, man? All right. Now, not to mention, by the way, because the Bible can be interpreted in many ways. I mean, I've heard people say that the Bible in the Bible it actually says the world is round, right? So with that said, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Aside though, we don't get satellite TV from towers, so how do you explain that? Huh? Anyway, let's see. Let's see this shit. Hold on. All right. It's I'm not gonna act like it's a lot of them, but there's actually some subs of mine who believe this shit. Okay, that's astonishing to me. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, what do you say to that? How do you react to that? I don't know. Right? But no, both sides have very good arguments. I mean, it makes sense. Okay. I love that dude with the toy plane though. He's got to. How could he not? Let me try to pull this shit up and sing forever. Come on. All right. I'm actually hoping I can see something, but there's nothing. There's nothing. All right. Well, that's not compelling evidence, right? What I just read. So, with that said, all right. If you believe that the Earth is flat, right, and you believe it's just this big conspiracy, because make no mistake about this, all right? You can't dismiss science, but try and use science to disprove it, right? I mean, that's number one. That's actually that contradicts itself. That makes absolutely no sense. None, right? Also, if you, I love the fact how individuals who are not pilots are making arguments about how planes fly, and I also love how, you know, how we have to believe that it's flat because little kids believe it's flat, and what you interpret learning that it's round as being brainwashed that it's round. You see, what you're doing is you're completely dismissing empirical fact as a big conspiracy, a lie that we've been convinced of, from the quote unquote elites, and it's always um, it's one or the other. It's either because of religion, right? That's number one, or number two, it's because they're hiding something from us, right? Like there's some form of like there's something beyond that they're hiding that they don't want us to know about. Doesn't have to be a god or a religion, but um, different factions from different flat earthers, because they're not all exclusive to one another, right? So if I bring up the whole idea that the moon is a disk, right? Some flat earthers say, well, that's stupid. I mean, who the hell said that? Well, a flat earther said that, right? If I bring up the argument that, well, there's no edge to the world, some flat earthers say, well, there isn't an edge to the world, right? I mean, and they have this elaborate explanations as to why you never reach the edge of the world, yet it's still flat, which makes no sense. If you believe it's flat, you literally don't believe it's three-dimensional, right? So there has to be an edge. I mean, that is just that's basic, okay? And if you don't, then what you're explaining, you're just literally making it up, right? Because you haven't witnessed this. This is what you're using to explain your confirmation bias already. That's what it is, right? At the end of the day, all right? Capiche? Capiche, everybody? Yo, I can't get over that dude with the plane, though. Um, I watched it like 3 times because when he was holding the plane upside down on the globe, he thought he had it. Like he's like, I got you guys. What with that logic, I don't know why he couldn't grasp. Well, we can't stand sideways either. So why did that make sense to you? But hey, I digress. All right. Um, is there a way that this could be explained? I mean, look, the round Earth fact, that's what it is well known, right? Okay, it's not on me to explain that to you. I keep hearing, well, give me the proof, right? And going over the proof and the evidence is a waste of time because your answer to everything is, well, that's a lie. That's not true. That's what you've been told, right? Um, without actually refuting it. But in our reality, that is what you call projection. You're the one believing what's on a book, right? Written by someone who was not a scientist and did not understand the world, all right? All right, you know what they didn't have back then? Cell phones. You know what they did not have back then? Computers, laptops, smartphones, tablets, right? They didn't have any of that before, right? Is all this a conspiracy too? if why is if the conspiracy is to keep us all stupid and the quote unquote elites don't want us to know anything, why in the hell would we have access to the internet? Why the hell are people allowed to just make shit up on the internet then? Why is so much information available on the internet, some true, some not? Why is information more and more available to you every generation? Why is this generation more literate than previous generations? You just have to go 1 century back to have populations that were literally illiterate, right? Why the hell, if the whole thing is to keep us stupid, then why are we being exposed to so much technology? And I actually heard someone say, well, the internet is to technology keeps us, occupied and distracted, and that's how they keep us from knowing that the Earth is flat. I got news for you, flat earthers. You wouldn't have a movement if it wasn't for the internet. Okay, you wouldn't. That is the reality, and that's it. Okay, you saying, hey, it looks flat to me, I feel it's flat, that's it. It is not evidence. Saying you can't believe what the media tells you is not evidence. Just saying the elites are hiding the truth is not evidence. You have to actually prove that it's flat. You can't just say it's flat. You can't just say, well, the sphere doesn't make sense to me. The universe doesn't make sense to me. You can't just say, well, I believe what the Bible tells me. You can't, that's not proof, right? It's not. Anyway, some of the shit I saw. Um, Now, first of all, one of the basketball players from the Cleveland Cavaliers actually already admitted that he was trolling, right? Um, the other guy, Green, I went back and I actually listened to the video. He didn't say that it was flat. He said he was just respecting the opinion of his teammate, and that who at the time was trolling, and said, "Well, it could be flat. I don't know." That's what he said, right? Which is still bad enough, but fine. But anyway, these flat earthers were excited when two basketball players were saying that it's flat, and one of them said, "You see, they know, Green knows, because basketball players defy gravity all the time, right? If gravity is real, why do basketball players defy gravity?" That is retarded. Okay. Um, they're not defying gravity. They're coming back down, right? Um, if they were defying gravity, they would be flying. They would be floating in the air at no particular direction, by the way, right? Um, so no, all right. They just jump really high, all right. They're very athletic and they jump very high. They're not defying gravity, right? That's a saying, okay, that sports commentators and fans say. Okay, that's it. Calm down. I saw another one. This one takes the cake, and the comment was, I don't know if I could find the. Let me see if I actually took a snapshot because this was priceless. Um, this one takes the cake, right? Ah, there it is. Beautiful. Okay. Here we go. Okay. We need to start exposing the satanic bloodlines. The Jesuit order and the Vatican, they are the perpetrators of all these lies. the Vatican, the head of the Catholic Church, is behind the round Earth. You do understand that there was a time where any scientist who refuted the fact that the world was flat, that the Earth is not the center of the universe, that we actually go around the sun. It's not actually the sun going around the Earth. Um, the sun is actually far greater than the Earth. But and by the way, I like how a lot of these flat earthers cite mythologies and all that, but when you look at like the Aztecs and the Mayas, they understood, right, that the world was round actually. Okay, and they actually have a calendar that's far more accurate than ours to prove that, and so did other um, ancient societies. But with that said, um, the flat Earth theory and the idea that the Catholic Church is behind the round Earth is kind of astonishing because there was a time when just anyone, but especially scientists, if they in any way, shape, or form, or any critical thinker were to say that the Earth was not flat, looking at the evidence, it's actually is round. By the way, before the United States government, before the media, okay, before any of that bullshit, when the Catholic Church actually ran all of Europe, when the Pope was extremely powerful in Europe, scientists were considered heretics, right? And if you read up on the Catholic Church and what they did to heretics, right, it's hard. It is astonishing to me that anybody would make the argument that it's a Catholic Church behind the round Earth, right? When the Catholic Church was citing the Bible to prove that it was flat at one point, right? Um, a lot of world explorers knew that the world was round as well, right? So Christopher Columbus, for example, knew it was round, right? And he wanted to travel, right, to India. And there's actually a link between calling Native Americans Indians because of that. He knew it was round, but they didn't know about the Americas yet. When I don't like to use the word discovered because there was already people there, but when he landed, right, in the Americas, he wasn't. It's not like they didn't have a GPS back then or anything like that, right? But that's when they realized the world was a lot bigger than they originally thought. They just thought it was a lot bigger. Okay, so when you cite things like, well, back in the day they thought this. Well, yeah, well, people didn't know a lot, right? Um, Religion was our first form of trying to explain something, right? And somehow it's kind of stuck around. But not that I have an issue with religion overall, okay, or spirituality or anything like that. But that's a different topic. But when you cite a man-written book by someone who knew nothing about science, that you have to honestly, question that. You really do, right? Um, if you also, because people cite the Bible, right? If you read the Bible, just read the first verses of Genesis, by the way, um, and it actually says that God created light, and then a couple days later created the sun, right? So the person that wrote the Bible did not understand that we get our light, right, of day from the sun, right? Our energy comes from the sun. That person did not understand that. There was no electricity back then, okay? So to just cite things like that is trivial to me. But nonetheless, I don't even know, man. I can't even pull this shit up. But There we go. Oh, this is beautiful. Thank God. There is no Earth curvature, so it cannot be a ball. Here, I believe he meant there. There is no physical proof of the ball earthy theory. None. The spinning ball is ruled out by now. Um, Nothing proves Earth moves. The King of England made believing in the ball Earth theory part of his new Bible. It was placed in all parts of the king's realm, punishment for coming out against it. Um, Specific gravity SG of minerals and rocks will not work on the ball Earth. It would read differently in the latitude. This is not seen. SG works everywhere, not the spinning ball. If the Earth is round, how the fuck hasn't the water spill out of the ocean? Um, I love how they ask these questions like we don't know the answers. But anyway, um, inform this gentleman, fellas. Peace. A water level will not work on the ball Earth. Everything away from the datum point would be marked lower. The very best physicist that has blessed our time. The story about Christopher Columbus is fable. If Earth is a cube, would gravity hold water on the side? People on the bottom seem silly to think so. Actually, I feel sorry for the ball people, lost in deception, deceived, since they were small children. Wait. There are people who actually believe that the earth is flat, laughing my ass off. Yes, there is. Um, you guys, this is like basic shit, okay? This is basic shit. Now, I've given in other videos, I've already explained these things, but I keep getting, well, no, you were brainwashed to believe that. So, why the fuck are you asking questions if you know that when you're giving the answer, your comeback's going to be, well, you've been brainwashed to believe that, right? So let's turn the tables for a moment, right? Prove that it's flat. Can you do that? Do you have a picture of the flat Earth? Has anybody reached the edge of the world? And there's no edge of the world because some of you flat earthers say that there isn't. Can you explain that? Is there any way to explain these things? Good luck, my friend. Look around a bit and you will see that the ball Earth is a deception. No, like you're a blithering idiot. That's the reality. Okay. And to be honest, honestly, I believe a lot of you are just. I think you're trolling. I don't think you're being serious, man. I just don't. There's no physical proof of the ball Earth theory. None. No curvature. Not a ball. Not a ball. Then you cannot call the Earth a sphere. The Earth is a shell and shall always remain a flat plane. Right. You know. So I got a question for you guys in the chat. Right. I got a question. Stay in the chat. Let's talk about satellites. Not cell phones. You're going to bring up the towers. Satellite TV. How does satellite TV work? You point the satellite dish to the sky. You guys know that, right? Now, DirecTV, Dish, HughesNet, okay, they're in different orbits, so they point in different directions. They're not all pointing in the same direction, right? If you, for half a second, cover the Allen B on the dish with your hand, you instantly lose satellite signal. The satellite is not picking it up from a tower. There's no cable running from the ground. Can you just, before we continue, can you explain that? Can I get I'm looking at the chat. Can I get an answer? I'm waiting for the answer. You guys are talking away. You guys are posting fucking paragraphs. Come on. Give me an answer. Can I get an answer, please? Come on. This is not even 1/10 of what we're going to go over here, but can I get an answer on that? Are you looking like don't look shit up on Google? Just give me an answer. You guys are on Google right now, aren't you? You didn't think about that one, did you? Come on, give me that. I'm waiting for an answer. Literally, right now, live on the air, I'm waiting for an answer. When there's a high wind and people, okay, the dish is out of alignment, why do they have to realign the dish for? And why does DirecTV and Dish get it from different angles? Why is that? I'm waiting for an answer. I'm still waiting. Like I know it's kind of inconvenient that there's no towers. I honest to God, I'm waiting for an answer. The same amount of people have been in the chat. Are you guys talking amongst yourselves or what? They do not point to the sky. Those types of dishes are offset to the point of the horizon. Okay, so tell me this, all right? And tell me this real seriously. Like real serious. So if there's a satellite on the, let's say the 119-degree orbit, okay, and it's in the East Coast, because you say that they're pointing at the horizon, right? That's true on the East Coast. I don't know where you guys live, okay? All right? So we're pointed at, it is slanted and it looks like it's pointing at the horizon. But why is it that if you're in the West Coast, it's pointing more upward? Now, can I get an answer for that? The same satellite, by the way. Can I get an answer? We're not done. Can I get an answer for that? I'm waiting for an answer. You thought you had it with the Horizon thing, huh? Can I get an answer? Well, why is it taking so, you guys know all this. Why is it taking so long? This is taking way too long, man. Can I get a fucking answer? It shouldn't take this long if you know what you're talking about. Can I get, come on, come on. You dudes were posting fucking paragraphs right now. Look, I can't wait for you guys forever, all right? Are you looking that one up or what? Or maybe you just didn't know that. It's okay if you didn't know that, but you have to admit that you didn't know. I think you do not know how these dishes work. I work with satellites. Good one. All right. Can you answer my question? You don't know how they work. All right. If you really that telling me that I don't know while I'm asking you questions about satellites is not that's stupid. Can you answer my question? Why is it why on the 119-degree orbit is it pointing upward in the West Coast but slanted in the East Coast? Can you answer that question? No, no, show me the curvature. Can you answer the question, dude? Because once you answer this one, I have another question. Are you going to answer the question? Because that totally debunked your horizon theory. So can you answer that question? I'm waiting. This is my show. I ask the questions. Can you, if you don't know, just say you don't know. It's a good thing to admit you don't know. Right? If I had like a series of questions to ask, you're not even past the second one. Right? I thought they were going to have answers for at least the first four. All right? Holy shit, I saw the video of the guy in the plane laughing my ass off. Dude, isn't that awesome? Yeah, it's awesome. Look up how they work. I work with satellites, dude. Can you answer the question? Yes or no? What's your explanation for that? Why are the satellites in the West Coast slanted if it's coming from an east, like a 66-degree orbit? Can you answer that one? Did you look up how they work? I work with satellites. You don't know just say you don't know. Say you don't know. It's a healthy thing to admit that you don't know. Just say it. There's things I don't know, right? Like when I started the video, I said I don't know how Bluetooth works. It's okay to admit it. I know it's not magic, right? Can you just admit you don't know? Can you just admit that? Why is it that the 66-degree orbital, for example, right, it's impossible to pick up a signal from England? Why is that? Do you know why? Do you know? Just answer the question, dude. You're asking for proof of curvature. I'm getting there, but you have to answer my questions. You're talking nonsense, dude. You're not answering my questions, bro. You're not answering my questions. You're ignoring the questions. You don't have the ability to admit you don't know. All right? Why? Forget the East Coast. I'm talking U.S. here. And they're all pointing to the southern sky, by the way. All right? Just so you know. Can you or can you not answer this? The ancient knew it was flat. Yeah, the ancient. Yeah. Do you also believe that Thor, okay, is the god of thunder? Do you believe that too? Why can't I get answers to these questions? You guys, you're the ones that don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm waiting for these. I'm asking really simple questions here. Why is it in Hawaii you could get the Western Arc satellites, but not the Eastern Arc satellites? Why? Do you know why? Maybe it's because no matter how much you slant the satellite, it's not going to reach someone in the East Coast. Okay, because the Earth is round. If it's true that it was flat, you would be able to get a signal from anywhere. Do you or do you not have proof of this? Do you not know what you're talking about? What's going on here? In contrast to the common parabolic antenna where the feed is in front of the dish on its axis, an offset dish antenna or off-axis dish antenna is a type of parabolic antenna. It is so called because the antenna feed is offset to the side of the reflector. Right. That has nothing. Look, bro. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Okay. It's the way it works. Okay. Well, the way a satellite works, especially when you look at like satellite TV. Okay. Let me explain to you how it works. There's a thing called an LMB on it. All right. Because only so many channels fit on one satellite. All right. If the more you fit on it, the less the quality of the channel is. That's why AC channels, okay, there's less of them. There's less channels on a satellite that has AC channels than standard definition, which is why over the years, that increased the number of LMBs. There used to be one when there was less channels, and then two when there was more channels, and then three of them when HD was introduced, all right? Some that get international channels to get it from another satellite, which they'll either need another dish or a dish that has a fourth LMB, right? Now stay with me. The way the dish works, the signal bounces off the plate of the dish and it goes into the actual LMB. That's how it works. It comes from the sky. And if you're looking at the same exact satellite, right, which every technician that works for all these companies knows how to line these dishes, it's if you're pointing it, let's say on a Western arc, which is on a 119, 110, 61, 118.7, okay, orbit. On the West Coast, the antenna will be facing more upward. On the East Coast, it will be more slanted. There's a reason for that. Now, there's another reason why in Hawaii, you cannot pick up the one on the East Coast. So don't give me this whole like how it works. I'm not asking you how the signal comes in. I'm asking you a real simple question. Here you go again. You're talking about the circular ball. I'm talking about satellites right now, right? I know that satellites not existing is vital to your theory. That's why we're talking about satellites right now. And I would talk about cell phones, but you guys bring up the towers and the underground cables. But you see how that does not work with satellite TV, though? You see how that it doesn't apply to that? You can't bring up the underground cables. The underground cables make no sense with a satellite dish. Things made plumb are still perpendicular to the horizon at a great distance. The Earth is flat. No, that if look, do you know how far the satellites are from the ground on the Earth? How high they are, right? If you're pointing it upwards and you're getting the signal, there's no reason you wouldn't be able to get it from Hawaii on the eastern arc, okay? Because that distance is not very vast, right? There is no reason you wouldn't pick up that signal. There's none. There's no reason other than the satellite has no viewpoint because it's round, dude. Right? Why do they have Sky TV in England? And why is it that if I order Sky TV equipment and have it shipped to my house, right, I cannot point that dish to. If I were to point it, it's going to be facing the fucking ground. If I were to point it to that orbit, why is that? Why is it? Why? Can you explain that to me? The satellite dish is a freaking antenna. It's a dish, bro. All right. You know, like on your cell phone, it gets it from the towers. You guys talk about the towers and underground cables, right? I can't cover the phone. Like, there's nothing on the phone that I could put my hand in front of, and it prevents me from getting the signal. Okay. On a satellite dish, if you put your hand on the front of the LMB, it doesn't take but 2 seconds to lose instant signal on your TV. It's coming from the sky, dude. I know you guys were caught with your pants down with this one. I know you were. There are no satellites, no space. You saying it, what is that true because you said it or what? Just because you profess? Well, why should people believe you over someone who actually works with satellites? Who's explaining to you how they fucking work? Why is it that if I get a satellite dish and I point it to the orbit that works anywhere that has an actual distance to it, okay, I'll be pointing it to the ground if it's a satellite from England? Can you explain that to me? Yes or no? That means nothing, dude. It means everything. It means everything. Man, you guys are going to have a hard time sleeping at night. You're going to, fuck, we didn't think about this one. Shit. Like, at least with a cell phone, we could say it's the towers, but shit. There's no underground cables. Do yourself a favor. If I don't know if you have satellite TV or not, all right? It's called satellite TV, all right? But there's satellite internet too, by the way. There's a company here called Vivint. It picks it up from, and I know this because my cousin is like they pay him a monthly fee to use his backyard to use the satellite to pick up a signal for that internet service. Okay, and they have several of them here, right? And then they run the cabling to different homes, and that's how they get that internet service. Time Warner, okay, they're a cable company. They have satellites, okay, at certain uplink centers, and that's how they are able to distribute the channels in different cities. The same with Comcast, okay? You know how a dish works. I don't know how a dish works. I have aligned dishes. I can actually align a dish anywhere in the country for you, and you would have TV. You can't do that. I can guarantee you that right now. And I don't need a device to do it. Again, here we have a dude that, oh, you don't know how this works. Like, you haven't even answered my questions. There's some homework, dude. You are not understanding how it works. You don't understand how it works. Why is it if I cover the LMB with my hand, you lose satellite signal? Why? Explain that to me. Can you explain that? Explain it. I'm waiting. If you don't know what an LMB is, ask. They're cables. They're not cables, dude. A satellite dish is not connected anywhere in the ground. It does not use the cables that are running from the sidewalk like the cable company. The only cables are the ones running in the home. That's it, right? And I know, well, a lot of homes have built-in cable now. What about the ones that don't have built-in cable? Yes, I have 3 dishes all pointed to a radio beam. No, 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 no. Look, let me tell you something again. I'm going to repeat this, okay? Do you even know, all right, if you, that there's a certain way you have to point a satellite dish when it's getting signal from multiple satellites, all right? And if you're on the East Coast or West Coast, the satellite is pointing entirely different. They're not all pointing to the horizon. It's not an antenna. It's not an antenna. Then why does it lose signal when you cover it with your hand, the LMB? Why does it lose signal? Radio waves don't, your hand doesn't do anything to a radio wave. A mirror flash can be seen 30 miles of naked eye, much further with a telescope. The record distance was established in U.S. Signal Corps, blah, 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 blah. This is not answering my question. Here is your answer. I can't click on links. Just tell me the title of the video. What's the title of the video? Post the title of the video. I'll do a video. This is what I'll do. I'll give a review tomorrow. How about that? All right. The dishes that I'm sorry to bust your bubble, guys. It does not come, okay? Because you know what else? Not like cell phones, you could pick up a dish signal from anywhere, okay? Anywhere, as long as you're able to point it to where the satellite is. Now, if you happen to be in a part of the world where you'd be pointing at the fucking ground instead of at the fucking satellite, then you would have a little bit of a problem, all right? They had that problem in Puerto Rico, right? The satellite was nearly fucking at the ground, right? So what they had to do was build the Eastern Arc satellites so Puerto Rico customers can have satellite signal, okay, for these TV providers. It's not energy. No, it's not. That's not what it is. What are you talking about? Do you even know, like, do you know how an LMB works? Do you know what's in an LMB? Have you seen an LMB? Have you opened one up and looked at it? It's plastic, okay? That's what it is. It has some wiring on it, okay? Because when you connect it to your dish receiver, right, whether it's DirecTV, whatever it is, okay, it gives it energy off of that, right? But you obviously don't know how it works, right? If that was the case, you wouldn't have to align it perfectly, okay? You wouldn't have to do that if that was the case. And you guys know, that's the case. I don't have to debunk anything right now. I'm asking you questions about satellites. That's what we're talking about. Because I know satellites not existing is very vital to your theory, okay? How about this, guys? Go back, because your explanations about the cell phones, you use the towers as an excuse. So do yourself a favor and go research satellites, okay, and how they work. Though don't tell me how to research it. I actually work with satellites, okay? I was present at a satellite launch, by the way, that was at an orbit which at a certain point did not have a signal, and now it does, okay? And it provides television for people. A lot of HD channels. It's not a signal like TV and radio. What are you talking about? You know how those digital bunny ears, whatever they call them? They're inside your home, right? They're inside your home, and it picks up a signal. But if I go outside and I block the dish with my hand, the LMB, you instantly lose signal. The moment I move my hand, the signal will return. Anyone who has satellite TV can actually test this. What do you mean it's a radio freak? Like, you're just making that up, dude. How do you guys get out? Why are you just making shit up? Because you don't have the power to receive it. You're half right, right? You're not getting the signal from the satellite dish. Why does DirecTV and Dish, why are the dishes pointing at slightly different directions? Why are they doing that? Electromagnetic energy. Right. You do understand, you have yet to explain why digital antennas, you cannot cover them to prevent you from getting signal. But a satellite dish, you can actually cover the LMB and instantly, in a moment, lose signal and then remove it. That's why people, okay, why do people lose signal on a satellite dish when it's raining, when it's extremely cloudy, but you don't lose it on a digital antenna? Can you explain that? Are you saying Thor delivers signals? That's not what I said. I'm saying they're coming from satellite dishes. That's reality. Okay. You guys know I'm right, by the way. But we're just playing a game right now of cat and mouse, apparently. Are you going to answer that question? I mean, what? Why is the satellite dish pointing at the sky? Okay, and in the West Coast and slanted in the East Coast. If it's in a, let's say, the 119 orbit, why is that? What's the point of that? If it's all pointed to the horizon, right? Oh shit! Like I know deep down that fuck. I gotta find an explanation for this. It took you guys from the moment I asked that question. 20 minutes later, the best you got was it's energy. It's all electromagnetic energy. First, I was told that it's a signal coming from the horizon, playing that the west on the west coast, a Western arc satellite will be pointing more upward. All of a sudden, your whole explanation changed. Okay, so look at this. I had somebody admit, yeah, the satellite's in the sky. Okay, thank you. All right, we're making progress. All right, we're making progress. Well, Dave Hinkle, you have to, I don't know, ask your flat earther friends who deny the existence of satellites in the sky. Okay, so you guys have a whole debate you need to have about satellites in the sky, right? You're missing my point. Listen to the question. Okay, so now that you've conceded that the satellite's in the sky, just a moment ago it was all energy and it's all from towers. One guy is saying it's something in the horizon. Another guy say it's energy. Some of you said it's coming from towers, and so you're just making all this shit up as we go. But you've conceded, okay? No, Vincent P. Hold on, okay? hold on. You guys can have an argument about satellites at a later time. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and talk to Dave Hinkle, okay? If you have a problem with that flat earther saying there's a satellite in the sky, you debate him on that, okay? That's a flat earth, drama I don't want to get involved in, okay? But well, that's it. To Dave Hinkle, okay? Show me the curved water now. Look, here's the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that in a hangout, like really. But anyway, check it out. We're gonna talk about the satellite in the sky. You guys can mingle later about this, okay? Those guys know more than me. I will shut up. LOL. Well, no. We're gonna. They'll let you have it at a later time. That's fine. Okay. Look, this dude. Look, he's all scared of his flat Earth. He's like, it was making sense. Like, yeah, it's in the sky. Fuck. But how does that prove that it's round? I told him all that. Now he's all scared of his flat Earth friends, right? But let's just check it out. So, why is on a Western arc? Look this shit up, guys. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Why is it that on the East Coast the satellites are slanted, and the more you go to the center of the country, they're less slanted, and as you go to the West Coast, the satellite's almost facing upward? Can you explain that? And why is it that they're facing in Hawaii? It's facing another direction. Okay, and then the Eastern Arc satellites, you cannot pick up a signal from Hawaii on an Eastern Arc satellite. You can't pick it up. You have no explanation for that. What are you going to say, that the energy doesn't go that far? Is that what you're going to say? Oh, there's maybe something in the sky to bounce a signal off of. I don't know for sure. Well, look, I commend you for admitting that you don't know. All right, that's actually, compared to a lot of these flat earthers, that's actually, good to hear. Okay. Um, you guys have no explanations for this. Your only explanation is to say that the satellites don't exist. What are you even talking about? I told you what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, let me go back to what I don't know what Vincent P said, because he's all mad now, right? You're an indoctrinated fool. Google satellites. Go to images. I don't need to Google satellites. I work with satellites. I know how they work, right? When satellites go out, I know why they go out. I know what we need to do to handle that situation, right? But you have yet to explain how how this shit works. Google satellites, go to images. But why do we have to Google that? I'll take a snapshot. I'm going to go ahead and Google it, okay? So I don't hurt your feelings. Right? You guys were not able to answer any of my questions. One of the flat earthers conceded for a moment that it is in the sky, and he thought, well, so what if it's in the sky? I mean, you haven't proven that it's round. And then all of a sudden he was peer pressured to say that it's not round. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and end it there, guys, right? That is the end of the road. Okay? I don't have all night. I don't have all day. Actually, I'm going to go to my job tomorrow. What you guys believe is a fictional job. Apparently somebody's giving me a paycheck for no reason, right? I mean, we're just playing pretend. Maybe I'm part of the conspiracy. Maybe I'm a paid agent working on behalf of the elites, hiding the truth from people. Okay? That's what I'm doing. You know what? Fuck it. I have one question. I have a question, right? First of all, you guys have to admit, any answer I give you, your response is going to be, well, you're brainwashed and you're indoctrinated. That's what your comeback's going to be. Okay, but I have a question. It's a very serious question, right? Because I've heard from different flat Earth conspiracy theorists. I've heard different reasonings for this. So I want to know from you guys in the chat, and I'm being real serious here, okay? So just for a moment, this is a moment for you to enlighten me. I'm going to give you that moment. Don't talk about evidence, what evidence you have. This is all I want to know. For what reason would the quote unquote elites, right? And please listen to my whole question. Why would the elites lie, make up this elaborate lie that the world is round? I want to know why. Like for what purpose? That's all I want to know before I go. Can you tell me that? I'm waiting for an answer. But you know, that can take some explaining, so I'll be patient. I'll wait. Did you guys get my question? For what reason would the elites, or whatever you call them, all right, hide this truth? For what reason would they keep the reality that the world is flat? For what reason? I just want to know what's the reason behind it? Why would they go through such pains to convince people that it's round? Short answer: to hide God. So that's one answer. Is that what it is? Is that the ding 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 ding? Is that what it is? Okay, look. The King of England made believing in the ball earth theory part of his new Bible. It was placed in all parts of the king's realm, punishment for coming out against it. This goes to Ron F.E. Are you referring to King James? Is that who you are referring to? Hey, Flat Earth Pancho Pete Stronger Flat. I told you I took a screenshot. I'll give you a review about it tomorrow. All right, relax, dude. Right. Right now, I'm asking honest questions. That's all. I'm just asking. Right now, I'm not even debating you guys at the moment. We already had the debate. Right now, I'm just asking questions. That's all I'm doing. You guys are giving me what you believe is the answer. Just give me that right now. No. Then why are you guys here? I mean, you guys you're putting all these paragraphs, right? And then you're like, "Well, do your own homework." Look, every time I research flat Earth, I'm giving different reasons as to why they're hiding the truth. I want to know what you guys in the chat think. That's all. So is the answer, all right? Because you're talking about King James, okay? That's you probably didn't know who it was, and you're just saying the king. But how about this? All right. Now, my question is why? Why did he make it punishable by death? Just because? Because he's the king, and since I'm the king, I say it's round, so it's round. And if you say it's not, I'm gonna kill you. Like just because? Is that why? Like why? Why did he go through such pains to, you know? That's all I want to know. Christopher Corfield, I'm with you, but right now I just want I want these answers right now. Dude, yeah, he held the fucking plane upside down. Why are they going through such pains? Why did King James go through such pains? What is it? I want to know. Is there something beyond? And do you guys have proof of it, by the way? Like, is there, because you guys are asking for proof, but you're not giving proof. So James did not start it. He finished it. He was fighting the church. So it wasn't the Catholic Church who did believe it was flat and thought the world, that the earth anyway, was the center of the universe. You're telling me that it was in the Catholic Church that called scientists heretics, right? Is that what you're telling me? And it's just, again, I'm just asking right now. That's all I'm doing. So chill. Get your defense mechanisms down. Stop being so defensive. I'm just asking questions. You don't know? Is that the long, short answer? The church had their own play in it. The church was hell bent on it being flat. So, what was their play? Look, regardless of who was behind it, I just want to know why. Why are they doing it? That's all. That's all I'm asking. Why would they go through such pains? You say the Catholic Church, somebody says King James, and somebody says NASA. I mean, I don't care who's behind it. I want to know why they're going through such pains to hide the truth that it's flat. There might be lag. That's possible. But the question's the same. Why are they going through such pains to hide the fact that it's flat? I just want to know why. Research it, dude. Do your own work. Look, I've I looked into it more than I should have. I will say that. Okay, you obviously you don't know, right? That's what it is. Okay, when you hear the question, you realize how stupid the whole thing is. That's what it is. Okay, I'm out, guys. Peace.